I don't think that any women should be having premarital sex if they're trying to find a serious, long-term, monogamous relationship.
Do you
especially
think,
marriage?
I mean, but do you think having premarital sex precludes you from having, I don't suspect that's your position, but do you think it precludes women from being able to get a long-term relationship or marriage?
It depends on the level of discernment they have. I mean, if you're in a long-term monogamous relationship where you're having premarital sex, then, you know, that's certainly possible, but I think your relationship can only succeed in spite of that. It delays commitment from men. Essentially, I'm not saying that sex is the only thing that women can offer, but that is a huge thing that you're just giving up before there's been any sign of commitment from a man. Essentially,
Sure.
like, not having premarital sex incentivizes a man to commit to you in a huge way. It shouldn't be the only incentive, certainly.
Sure. Are you religious? Are you Christian or?
I'm Catholic, yeah.
Catholic. Okay. Well, I mean, that certainly makes sense within in a religious context.
But I also think it makes sense in a secular one.
Sure. I agree with you. However, I think the dating landscape as it is currently, I think definitely most people are not waiting until marriage.
Yeah.
So.
They aren't.
Yeah. I mean, what is the term? The genie is out of the bottle. I mean,
not for individuals. I mean, individuals can make whatever choices they want. And, if you've had premarital sex, that doesn't prevent you from making the choice to wait with a certain person as well. But it is proven that, like, with the number of sexual partners that a woman has before marriage, it exponentially increases the likelihood of divorce.
No, you're right.
Even with just one partner. And two, like, low body counts.
Yeah. Well, the more premarital sexual partners you have, the greater likelihood of reporting relationship dissatisfaction, the higher likelihood of infidelity, higher likelihood of divorce. Yeah. So
I'm not like a statistician or whatever.
They've done studies on it. Yeah. They've definitely done studies on it. But I think the thing is that women control access to sex. So women dictate whether there is a hookup culture or not. Yeah. So while men, to some degree, and really it's the top tier of men, the top 10, top 20% of men, to some degree obviously play into it. Men will obviously welcome easy access to sex. However, at the end of the day, women are the ones who decide when sex happens. Yeah. So if we want to see us straying away from a hookup culture, women are going to have to lead the charge on that. I think men perhaps have some, if you want to be really tradcon, you can say men have some role in terms of being leaders in that realm, but the difference is men have different sexual strategies. So, and this is on a biological evolutionary level. So men's sexual strategy is to basically spread the seed, because we can impregnate 30 women in a month, whereas as a woman, you can only get pregnant in that last 9 months, right? So women's sexual strategy is get the best man that you can get, whereas men, it's sleep with as many women as you can get. In terms of a sexual strategy. Now, in terms of having children, obviously men are going to want to have, want to be there to raise the child, but that's a different conversation. But the way the dating landscape is that men are not really incentivized to commit, because women will have sex with a dude on the first, second, third date.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think that's necessarily wrong, but that would explain where we find ourselves with hookup culture. And I don't think men or women are particularly satisfied with the status quo.
No, they're not. I don't think they're willing to admit maybe the reasons why they're not satisfied with the status quo of dating right now, because it requires them to look at their own behavior.
Does anyone on this side of the table would like to say anything?
No.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No?
All right.
I just think, like, if you are, like, in a relationship, you're not married yet, but if you think that you're going to be with that person, like, forever, I don't see, like, what's the harm?
That about a lot of people.
What's the harm in, like, having sex before marriage?
you can think that you're going to be with a lot of different people forever, and you can't just go off of emotions. Like, they can be very deceiving. And, you know, even loving someone can't always last forever.
Super chatted $99.99.
Thank you, man.
A woman decides when sex happens, but a man decides who he marries. A man peaks later in life financially, while a woman peaks in her early 20s, so women need to be aware of what they do early in their life and really think about marriage earlier on.
Yo, HM, thank you for the big $100 super chat. Really appreciate it, man. Okay, so let me ask a question related to this. How long do you guys wait until you have sex with someone? Do you have a 3-date rule? Just kind of feeling it out?
Sorry.
Could be the first night.
There's no rule for me, but like definitely not like soon, like, you know, like months.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'd say like when the time feels right, but definitely not within the first like few times we're hanging out.
Okay, what about you?
Well, personally, I have like, it's like my own sort of rule that I guess like the next person that I do have sex with will probably like be my boyfriend. Like, I'd be in a relationship with them, just because for me, like, sex is obviously like very personal. Like, it's an intimate thing to do with someone. So, you know, that's just my own preference though, like, to each their own. But like, for me, if I was to have sex with someone, it would have to be the next person that I'm in a relationship with.
Okay. Next person you're in. So you would want to, because of what you currently want, would you want to wait?
Honestly, like, in my opinion, it's not like a big thing for me. Like, it's not like when I meet someone, that's not like the first thing that I'm thinking. Like, I think that emotional intimacy is something that you build with someone. And so therefore, like, when I'm in a relationship, like, that would be something for me and my partner to discuss, figure out, like, going through the relationship.
So you mean discuss having sex?
Yeah, or like, you know, just what like it's, I guess, boundaries, like what you're comfortable with, like, moving forward. I mean, like, because there's a difference when you first start dating someone versus like you've been dating for months or years, and obviously just like it's boundaries.
Okay. So you two said kind of wait a while, or?
Yeah, well, until it like feels right, obviously, but like not soon. Like,
not soon.
Like,
I think there are hazards in serial monogamy as well, though. Like, if you're in a bunch of exclusive monogamous relationships, whether they're short or long term, and you have sex with each of those people because you're in a relationship, I don't think that standard really works, because it still is like inhibiting your ability to pair bond in the future. So whether you're only having sex with people that you're official with, or you're hooking up with strangers, it's equally inhibiting your ability to pair bond with a, you know, forever lifetime partner. In fact, maybe the serial monogamy is worse because your emotions are far more involved with each breakup.
Okay, so you said a while.
I've only dated 2 people, honestly, and like, so I'm only 18.
Yeah.
Okay. You've only dated 2 people, and you've only hooked up with 2 people.
Yeah.
What?
Well, what do you mean by hook up? Like kiss?
Sex.
Oh no, I've had sex with 2 people.
Okay.
But I hook up.
What about you?
6.
6 hookups?
Yeah. Well, what do you consider hookup?
Sex.
Yeah.
6.
1.
Just one?
Just one.
Okay.
What is the question?
Yeah, so the original question is how long do you think you should wait until having sex?
I think it just depends on the vibes.
Like 3-date rule? Like
Vibes.
No, I don't have a rule. I'll fuck on the first date. Like,
okay, you'll fuck on the first
what
date.
Are you
yeah,
trying
for
to
sure.
Do?
What are you trying to do? Let's go. Okay.
I would say like a 3-date rule, but really vibes.
Okay.
So I've been like waiting a really long time, to the point where no one else is willing to wait that long. So yeah.
Wait, so okay, you, can you expand on that? You've been waiting a really long time. What does that mean?
Yeah, like I just really like thoroughly want to get to know someone, but yeah, I think they are kind of thinking that maybe, you know, eventually like 5 dates in or something, it's gonna happen, but I'm like really waiting until I feel a really strong connection with someone, and I know that they feel that connection with me emotionally, and that even though I've felt that and thought that they were feeling the same thing, eventually when I keep saying like, oh, but I just want to wait a little bit more, then they'll all just...
Wait, so you said it's been a while since the last time you've...
It's been a while.
How long are we talking here?
Over a year.
Okay. I mean, I was thinking longer than that, but over a year.
But yeah, before that, it was like over a year.
So there was, so there was a year, and then there was a guy, and then...
Yeah.
How long
like, I really don't mind it because I do just value. Yeah, I don't...
Okay. So how, you said the guy's thinking, oh, it's going to be 5 dates, but it's going to be longer than that.
Yeah. Like, I don't have like a time frame on it. It's just when I feel comfortable.
When you feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And remind me, you said that you lost your virginity. It was like a one-night stand.
Yeah.
Okay. That confuses me a little bit because on one hand, you're now at, you said you're 24?
Yeah. But like now that I've experienced both one-night stands and a relationship, I definitely prefer